Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, standing, my bowl in hand, as I beseechingly ask for another serving of Illyrium in XCOM, The Long War. Now, historically, the old bowl in hand tactic hasn't exactly enjoyed a great deal of success. It's basically had dire consequences for pretty much everyone who's tried it, but much like Alex Winter without Keanu Reeves, we've got nothing else, folks. We really don't. Our research is stymied, our weapons program is stalled harder than Reese Witherspoon in Freeway, and like the Iranian space program, the aliens can't seem to get anything larger than a Volkswagen Beetle up off the ground. So our sources of Illyrium are kind of drying up. A large UFO would be perfect if we could get the aliens to land one, but they exclusively spend their time cruising overhead, flipping us the bird like a bunch of teenagers after a football game on a Friday night, and calling us a bunch of punks. Now, I can see where they're driving around in their jalopies is probably fun, but it is wasting gas and killing the environment, I'd just like to point out. Although, I suppose the aliens probably really don't give much of a shit about the environment since they don't really have a stake in it. Sort of similar to myself in that capacity, I guess. I mean, I'll be long dead before any kind of environmental problem is a serious threat to humanity. So I really have trouble feeling compelled to care about the future of the natural environment. You might say, hey, that makes you quite an asshole, and I wouldn't disagree. I am kind of an asshole, and by that I mean I'm a fucking total asshole. But yeah, it's still not going to stop me from driving 75 feet when you know, the option is walking. I'll drive it every time. I don't care about fossil fuel emissions or anything like that. I'm an asshole. Anyway, I digress. That's sort of an aside there. Really, since we're fucked on the Illyrium, there's nothing we can do but start scanning and hope the aliens will cooperate and give us a nice, juicy, large UFO somewhere that we can take a shot at. Seriously, India? That's your request? I have one fucking alien rifle, and you're going to offer me 2 scientists for it. Well, or rather, one of the 2 that I have. I have 2, you're going to offer me 1 science, and no. Just no. Now, if you'd offered me like 200 Illyrium for that one rifle, might have taken you up on it, actually. But, this is just ridiculous, India. Ridiculous. You should,
Commander,
wrap that offer in a shroud and float it down the Ganges. That's never getting accepted. Now, on the outside, one thing I do want to mention, within, I think it's like 5 days, yeah, we will have a satellite operational over 5 days in Argentina, so worst case scenario, in 5 days, we can just raid the alien base and get a pretty good chunk of Illyrium from that. The only question in that particular scenario is how many troopers are going to have to sacrifice their lives to get us that Illyrium, because I'm guessing it's a non-zero number. France with an even more ridiculous offer. Yeah. I think my opinions on the French are pretty well documented at this point. But in case they aren't, I'm just going to come straight out and say it. Fuck the French. Anyway, if you are French, I apologize, but also seriously, fuck you. Well, there's a large UFO. So perhaps the aliens are going to cooperate. Now, it's a non-zero chance that we could actually shoot this thing down. If I take 2, possibly 3 of these interceptors and throw them at it, we could bring it down. My internal debate is whether or not I actually want to bring it down or whether I just want to let it land. If this is a transport mission, I'd rather just let it land, raid it, and then harvest the delicious Illyrium from inside the vessel. But since this is a large UFO on an NOE, I really wish our hyperwave relay was completed so we knew exactly what this is, but my gut tells me this is probably not a large UFO that's going to land. I have a feeling this is an abduction mission. And in either case, you know what? Even if it's not, if we can't shoot it down, we're going to try. We're going to actually take it. We're going to take some swings at this. If we fail to shoot it down, it does whatever it does. Either it lands and is a UFO we can harvest, or it's an abduction mission and we can't do shit about it.
Bangs out.
Other than go thwart it. Or odds are we could shoot it down before it lands and maybe generate a chance to raid it. So we're gonna take the risk here. Next hit, we're bugging out. So, yeah, abort, please. Thank you. Just stand there and get hit after I've told you to leave. Alright, so that's the softener right there. That's our Downy in our wash cycle. We're putting in a little bit of fabric softener. This episode brought to you by Downy Fabric Softener, by the way. Feel free to employ that for all your laundry needs.
Contact detected.
But for the closer, we're going to send up old Banjo Thompson. He's whipping out the firestorm and cranking up the speakers. Getting out the old dueling banjos. So he's got him ready, and he's looking to go cornhole him some alien. They got a real purty mouth. Well, he would have cornholed an alien, except the aliens cleverly saw Banjo coming and decided they best fucking land, which, honestly, pretty damn good decision. If I saw that crazy asshole flying at me with his dueling banjo music playing and coming at him in his space canoe, I, too, would probably land my ship just for fear that he might capture, imprison, torture, and cornhole me savagely, because that's what he does.
Commander, we're receiving several.
So we're going to
urgent
Mexico
requests
City
assistance.
for an
There are
abduction
abductions
mission.
in progress
Got
at
heavy
each
alien
marked site on
activity.
the hologlobe.
Alright then, we can deal with that. Also, Bradford, I'm not sure why you said each site was marked on a hologlobe. I'm just going to assume that you've had 5 gallons of gin today and are seeing doubles or possibly triples at this point, because there was really only one place where the UFO landed. Not sure entirely what you're up to, but hey, whatever. If you want to drink a gallon of gin before lunch, that's your prerogative, I suppose. It's not like being drunk off your ass really hurts your job performance any. Bradford, I think, really sort of a functional alcoholic at this point. He really works best when he's drunk. We need a leader for this mission, and I see that Hugh Real Steel Jackman is still a little sleepy after his last mission, which went okay. I mean, I wouldn't say it went great, but things were alright. Nobody got hurt. It was much better than the previous mission where Pink got slaughtered. Just looking at our lineup, I don't want to take our top troopers because it's 5 days till the base raid, and I'd rather keep our top kicks available in case we decide to go in, because that's probably going to be the next thing we do. What's our mission zone? Urban block. All right. Well, we're going to take. We'll have Amanda Bynes lead this mission then. Amanda, of course, hasn't been out in a while, so it'll be good to get her a little bit of exercise. I know that General Mr. Jiggles has really been eager to come out and play, which is fun basically only for Amanda and General Mr. Jiggles. His particular brand of play, not really good for anyone else around. He just say there'll be a lot of tortured animals in his wake. Scope, high-capacity mags, Gauss long rifle, some Banshee armor so that Amanda can throw the hook. She likes to do that. Mr. General Jiggles, he's a doctor now also, I guess he recently graduated. Just completed Evil Medical School and finally got his degree. We're all really proud of him. Anyway, when he throws the hook, it has a little bit different outcome than Amanda. Amanda usually grapples to the top of a building. Dr. General Mr. Jiggles likes to throw it through the necks of his unwilling victims as he drags them back to his lair. Anyway, Infantry Trooper is going to be next on the list. Who have we got? Ugh, not a great selection. Jean-Claude we don't really need, because he's a lieutenant. I don't really feel the need to double up on officers. Everyone else is going to be detailed for more critical duties, so it looks like it's going to be the Groove Injector, Tay Diggs. Ready to restore or inject groove at a moment's notice is Tay Diggs. And we're going to give Tay our plasma carbine, our one plasma weapon that we have. Tay will be toting that into battle along with the scope and the laser sight. That's got him sorted. Gonna want a scout and an assault trooper. And for scouting duties, I feel probably Reb Brown actually is going to be our ideal operative. I think Reb's pretty close to level. Yeah, it's not entirely out of the question that with a large number of kills, Reb might be able to pop up a level here. The immortal madman himself. Of course, we have no fears that Reb Brown might be killed or injured in this fight, because, let's face it, Reb Brown can't be killed by mortal weapons. And he will be toting the Can't Take Me Home commemorative alloy cannon into battle in honor of his fallen scout homie, Pink. Of course, it's, ain't nobody gonna be taking... Why did I give him a scope? Ain't nobody gonna be taking Pink home anytime soon, because, well, she's dead. Although, I guess, arguably, she would be easier to take home as a corpse, because it's not like she's going to put up a fight. So I suppose, you know, if you're into the whole necrophilia thing, Pink might be your go-to gal at this point. I mean, since she's recently deceased, at least, she should be the least decomposed. Probably long enough that the rigor mortis has relaxed, but not so long that she would have a, you know, she would still have a definable shape. She wouldn't be just like a bloated pile of putrescence. Anyway, that's a pretty fucking sick line of thought. Let's just abandon ship on that whole shit right now. And let's pick an assault trooper to go along with Red Brown. Anyway. Could send Matt not today, Lauer. Is Matt close to level? He's close to level. Oh, Matt is 2 experience away from level. So yeah, we're gonna send Matt Lauer. Now, I could send, like, a Jonathan Slick Shoes Keith Kalan or somebody, but since they're not as close to level as Matt Lauer, also they have a higher willpower, I really feel they'd be better off in the ship where they could capitalize on the higher experience total. Any mission that Matt Lauer goes on is going to cap him, so we'll go ahead and send him out. He's going to be toting an alloy cannon, a little bit of Walker Servo, and, of course, we're going to cap him off with some nice arc thrower as well. Capture is very important to us at this stage in the game. We really need to start getting plasma rifles, rather, and if possible, a heavy plasma rifle would be greatly desirable. We really, really need a heavy plasma. So that means Muton Elite, effectively, we need to capture. What else have we got? Gonna need a gunner. That's a given. And I think the Gogster will be fine in this capacity. Lady Gaga both needs experience and probably not someone we would dedicate to a base raid. We're going to do a little differently here for the Gogster since we're in the urban combat zone. Going to go with the Pulse Auto Blaster, scope, and a laser sight. Just go with our mobility build for Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is one of our versatile troopers. She can go either long range support or she can be our mobility trooper. She's flexible, that Lady Gaga. I mean, let's face it, she has many different styles, many different song styles as well. She can give you an applause or, you know, throw a little poker face at you. Also, for some reason, I can't seem to equip her with both the scope and a laser sight at the same time. But I digress. So, Lady Gaga set, and we're going to have her take off her meat goggles. We want to make sure that both eyes are clear and have good, straight vision. Medic is definitely going on this mission. We're going to need one of those, and that's probably going to be the Rat. Yep, looks like John Rat Leguizamo is available, so he's going. And for old Johnny, we are going to... Man, we should consider submitting Leguizamo for a little psychic training. He's got a really good willpower. Probably going to do that, actually. Might do that as soon as he's untired. It's going to be Aegis Armor and a Gauss Rifle, because, I mean, we got a spare. Now, I got to say, somewhere Eminem is probably spinning like a turbine in his grave, knowing that John Leguizamo has his filthy, filthy, disgusting hands on the Slim Shady Memorial Slug Slinger. That's not going to sit well with Eminem that somebody with so little street cred as John Rat Leguizamo gets to tote his weapon in a battle. Then again, he was Rat in Executive Decision, so, I mean, Special Forces Trooper Rat, never forget. Then again, his one act of, on the one mission we saw Rat in action in is, you know, sort of threw his superior officer out of the airlock of a plane at the first 10 minutes of the movie, so maybe he was just a really shitty Special Forces Trooper. That being said, we still gonna need an engineer for this mission, and I really want Kesha to go on our base raid. I don't want to send Kim Kardashian to any mission which might theoretically contain an ethereal, because her willpower is shitty. Jesse James' willpower arguably not much better, but if I had to choose between losing Kim Kardashian, Jesse James, or Kesha, Jesse James is the guy who would go on the chopping block, so... I'm sorry, Jesse, it's just, you're kind of expendable, buddy. I don't mean to burst your bubble or anything, but, if we gotta write somebody off, you know, you've had a pretty good run. And our final trooper is gonna be a mech, and I'm guessing probably Ashley Tycoon Olsen in this respect. She's, yeah, Bono's tired. We could take Charlie Hunnam. That poses some interesting opportunities, does sending Charlie, but... probably not. I would rather save Charlie for some other variety of mission. And Ashley Tycoon Olsen, actually, she gets the job done. She's fine. So we're going to send in the Tycoon. She's going to roll in with some fat stacks with a proximity launcher, a flamethrower, piles and piles of wicked awesome cash, and an eating disorder to boot. So, or was that Mary Kate? I forget. I don't remember which one's the business genius and which one's the one with the emotional and psychological problems. Probably both, really. It doesn't really matter. I mean, they are twins. Basically, they were interchangeable for like the first 10 years of their life. That was their whole job, just being one person on Full House. I guess they could continue that well into their XCOM careers as well. So there we go. That's our... that's Ashley's loadout sorted, and that's our team sorted. So let's get stuck in. Off we go. Down to sunny Mexico. Probably a good thing we didn't send Lindsay Lohan on this mission, because she would have gotten stopped by air customs trying to smuggle back 140 kilos of pure uncut Peruvian marching powder in the extra compartments of our mech trooper. Lindsay really doesn't need
Going
any
to be
additional
putting down
legal
in Mexico
hassles at
for
this
this
point,
mission.
let's face it. Wasn't our
Alien
last
activity
abduction
continues
mission
to
on the
surge within
laundromat?
Several major cities. Our response is crucial
Also,
to
what is the
minimizing spread of
aliens'
panic.
fucking obsession with laundry? It's always this map. And if you're saying, hey, you should do the thing that unlocks the map cycle, I just want you to know, about 3 missions ago, I did that, actually, reset my map cycle. Although now that I think about it, resetting the map cycle may be why we got the laundromat again. Because it's been more than 3 missions since we... Alright, maybe I answered my own question. Disregard. So, viewer who was skeptical about why we're getting this map so many times and suggests that we reset, actually, you're probably argument successful. You actually convinced me, and I did it, and that's probably the reason why we got it again. Because the game doesn't remember necessarily that we just had it. So you win this time, viewer. Probably every time, because I'm bad at XCOM, so any advice you can offer probably superior to that which I have available, but I digress. Let's get to work here. I don't necessarily... Amanda Bynes has a shot at something? What? There's a floater on the roof? What else is up there? A berserker? Is that a regular floater? There's a regular floater and a berserker just sitting on the roof. Okay, well... Will Amanda have that same shot from here? Now she's gonna spawn the pod, that's for sure. Actually, spawning the pod, not really that bad of a deal. So, I gotta say, things are not looking good for Johnny Berserker there. He's in for a whole ass full of kick, effectively. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send Matt Not Today Lauer. Just to here, this is all we're gonna do. We're gonna move him first, and then we're gonna draw Mr. Berserker Boy over to us. I feel probably John Leguizamo is gonna be best suited for that gig. We're gonna back Johnny up and have him take a shot. Nice hit. That's gonna pull him into some nice fire here from Matt Lauer. The Lauer's gonna get a close combat specialist shot, which missed. Nicely done, Lauer. Thanks for making me look like a douchebag, Lauer. I set you up to do the cool thing, and then immediately you fucked me. That's nice work. On the plus side, it did move him close enough. That Matt Lauer will get to shoot this guy twice, assuming he doesn't panic. Matt Lauer really taking his time with that one, wanted to make sure his aim was spot on. So, of course, Matt Lauer panics. Alright, that's basically the worst that could have turned out. Ashley Olsen, can you untangle this knot? Just undo this crap. Please don't you panic as well. Ashley, I can't really afford to have our whole team freaking out in a block here. We need somebody to kill those floaters. Alright, so Ashley, standing strong. Seriously, Matt Lauer, you should really be ashamed of yourself. Ashley Olsen, all 72 pounds of her, and still a braver soul than you will ever be, Matt Lauer. Now we know why Matt Lauer is never in the country and he's always off somewhere gallivanting on an adventure, making everyone ask where he is by necessity. It's because he's ashamed to be seen, and rightfully so. If either one of those hits, it's a kill, so we're just gonna have Lady Gaga wrap it up. First shot missed. I have to admit, surprise at that. I'm honestly quite confounded. Did not expect that to not garner a kill. The Tay Diggs is going to take some bad cover and finish off Johnny Berserker there. Wow. Could have gone for the capture there, but a Berserker doesn't have any kind of weapon, so I'm not really too terribly interested in that. What's that leave us? Reb Brown, Amanda Bynes, and Jesse Tool Pusher James. So we're going to take the Tool Pusher here, and he's going to get himself a kill. This will guarantee Jesse's promotion right here. Also, it's going to destroy a weapon, possibly needlessly, but it's not like we were going to capture it anyway, and I don't give a shit about floater corpses or weapon fragments, so it's not really an issue. Amanda Bynes going to take a shot. Looks like a hit. Or just a near miss. Amanda Bynes stating the obvious. Then again, were it not for stating the obvious, Amanda Bynes might never say a word, so we'll just leave her. We'll give her that one. Little hollow targeting there. Not quite enough to net the immortal madman a kill, but we'll take what we can get at this point. Guessing he's going to fall back. Nope, shooting at Ashley Olsen for no particular reason.
This position.
And here comes his buddy, who has a flank shot at Matt Lauer. Yeah, that's bad.
They're trying to flank us!
Oh, maybe you shouldn't have panicked, Matt Lauer. We could have had another bullet that we might have been able to spare for that guy. But oh no, you had to freak the fuck out like a frightened little kitten who's been barked at by a large dog. So, you know, nobody's fault but your own, Lauer. On the plus side, at least you know how to retaliate, I'll give you that. So Matt Lauer still with both moves available.
Roger that.
We're just going to move him up and have him take his second shot. Or spawn a whole bunch of Muton Elites. That's always good, too. Yeah. That's a positive thing. Especially considering we have a bunch of guys in absolutely horrible cover. So we're going to rectify that by falling back. I don't see any reason to take these kind of risks. Muton Elites, they're nothing to screw around with. I mean, you don't want to take any chances with them. They can burn you. Also, they have grenades, so having troopers behind a car probably not necessarily world's greatest idea. We can open up some cover opportunities. This has already exploded, so it's probably one of the safest spots in the game. Jesse James now has no line of sight. That's fine. Not really anything to be concerned about. Lady Gaga has no shots. We're going to put Lady Gaga on Overwatch.
Got my eyes on.
And I really feel we should probably get Reb Brown on Overwatch as well. Reb Brown decided he wanted to take a closer look at the enemy. It's not your greatest play, Reb. You're probably going to have to fall back.
Got it covered.
Yep. Our goal here is to actually not have anyone capable of seeing the enemies at the end of the turn. Sort of what we're shooting for.
I'm on the move.
The Rat's going to reposition, go on Overwatch.
Surprise.
James is going to go on Overwatch. Amanda Bynes also on Overwatch, as is Ashley Olsen.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
We want the elites to try and come toward us a little bit so we can potentially set up a capture. A capture is what we're looking for.
It's raining death over here.
Yeah, well, that probably wouldn't have killed you, Matt Lauer, even had it hit. You are carrying a Titan armor. Man, those guys can really throw grenades much, much too far. I'm beginning to get a little bit upset with their proclivity for and ability with grenades. Why did you suppress Matt Lauer when you simply could have shot and killed him? I have no idea what that guy was thinking. None. What's going on here? Okay. Apparently the computer couldn't decide whether or not it was in fact my turn. For whatever reason. But on the plus side, the alien's foolish maneuver is going to give Jesse Tool Pusher James here a good opportunity to do some nice work for us. Don't really like him being in half cover to do this, but you know what? We're going to hold off on that a second. I'm gonna try a little bit of trick that I learned from a previous mission. We're going to see if we can do some mad explosive damage here.
Moving out.
I'm fairly certain this will work, and as long as we don't spawn another pod with our movement, we should be in a pretty okay spot. Alright, so this should work then. We're going to drop a proximity mine here on that gentleman. Doink. Now, of course, that's not going to go off until we set it off. And how are we going to do that, you ask? Well, we're going to have Jesse James sneak up and throw a fucking grenade on top of it. So here we go. This should get a pretty ruinous amount of damage for these gentlemen. They're going to get both proximity grenaded and regular grenaded at the same time. So there we go. I really have to admit, I very much like that particular tactic. I really like the way it works. Now we just got to kill some of these guys, starting with hopefully this gentleman. Yeah, Amanda Bynes. With a big delivery there. Now, we do need to capture one of these units, if at all possible. We need their weapon, so a capture would be the most ideal outcome possible. Let's see if we can kill two. Yeah, 2 hits here is it's a dead elite. Or 1 hit is a dead elite because it was a monster critical. And that means we're going to have to get... Alright, so who's left? Tell me Tay Diggs can do something. Fantastic. Alright. Tay Diggs, you're going to advance to there. And I want you to suppress the remaining unit.
X-ray lockdown.
So keep him pinned down.
Dead in the water here.
Yeah, that's not really a problem, actually. Matt Lauer, I believe, is still on armor. Has he taken 7 damage yet? He's taken exactly 7. So Matt Lauer has not yet been actually injured. And Reb, I wish you were just a tiny bit faster, my friend. The Reb has low profile, right? He does. Alright, so half cover is full cover for Reb. We're going to dash Reb around there. And our goal is going to be to get an acid grenade on top of that gentleman. I'd really like to get some smoke out, but it doesn't look like I'm going to have the opportunity. So that just leaves a question of what to do with Matt Lauer. Could run and gun just for some cheap damage. Not even necessarily a terrible idea, because it also puts him in closer range for a capture attempt as well. Also could pick up this meld canister. I think we'll pick up the meld canister. And then if we can get some manner of shot from any kind of cover at all, we will probably do that. So we're going to have, we'll have, what's our, we can't really, we'll just have, we can have Matt Lauer go to there. We'll just have him take some cover. And he should be in an okay position next turn. You know what, let's have him go in Overwatch just to discourage that guy from moving. Hopefully he will hunker down.
They're backing up. Advance.
He did not hunker down. He went on Overwatch? What exactly did he do? No, okay, so Tay Diggs proving completely useless. Fantastic. And the elite is falling back, which is very bad because now we have no eyes on him. And he could potentially be on Overwatch. So, that didn't go so well. Nicely done, Tay Diggs. I'm glad we brought you along, buddy.
Roger that.
We're going to send in... That's not who I wanted to send in, actually. Where is Reb Brown? Reb Brown. Buddy, you got to get eyes on this elite for me. Where is he? Find him. Find him, Reb. He's got to be behind that car. It's really the only place he can be. So, in the interest of making sure that he is pretty much exactly where I know that he's going to be, I'm going to have the tool pusher drop a grenade on his ass.
Frag out.
There goes the tool pusher. This is going to ruin that car. We don't care. 7 damage. It's from the grenade. It didn't look like the car got any of them at all, surprisingly. So Amanda Bynes is going to throw the hook then. We need to get Amanda in a better shooting position. We're going to have her throw the hook to the rooftop there.
Grapple out.
And we want her to be able to bring some supporting fire into this situation.
That's affirmative.
Amanda Bynes usually not making many situations better, so any opportunity she has to actually improve a situation, we're always eager to grasp it.
That's affirmative.
So the Tycoon is going to come in, and with her savvy business acumen, since we know roughly where our Johnny Elite is, we're going to have Ashley discourage him from taking any additional moves with a proximity mine.
In position. Watch your step.
Now the problem with that is, if we want to capture that unit, we are going to have to detonate that proximity mine before we go in for the capture, because as we learned a couple missions ago, on the same mission wherein Pink made the ultimate sacrifice, we did learn that you can't really afford to leave units...
Moving.
You can't really afford to capture a unit if they're in the area of a proximity mine, because when they fall to the ground, it sets the fucking mine off.
Roger that.
So, yeah, that's how that works, folks, if you were wondering.
Eyes on the prize.
It really kind of boned us, because we had an ethereal capture set up and ready to go, right up until the point where the ethereal collapsed his withered body onto a proximity mine and set it off. So, you know, made Pink's sacrifice completely worthless. I do not know how that guy got away without setting off that mine. I'm honestly no idea.
I'm rolling.
Still, we've got to... this guy is going to make it a real bitch to capture him. Matt Lauer could kill him, but we really don't want that. We don't want Matt Lauer to kill him. Man to the Binds, not even going to have a shot. Did Red Brown hit him with a chemical grenade without hitting Matt Lauer? Let's try it.
On the move.
So the Rebster is going to advance here. I'm curious where that flush shot would move him. And it's probably best not to wonder about things of that nature. So let's just, you know what? We can actually hit Matt Lauer with a chemical grenade because he has Titan armor. It doesn't matter. He doesn't care. So we're going to do that. Here we go. Chemical grenade. That's acid for Johnny Muton. Enjoy that. That's going to do 1 damage, lower his armor and whatnot, make him much easier to deal with. And I think, just to make sure, I really, really want to capture this guy. I'm going desperately out of my way to engineer the capture. But just to make sure that it happens, I'm going to panic him too. And again, if we have to, we can set Matt Lauer ablaze because, well, Matt Lauer is immune to it. So, Titan Armor does really have some benefits, folks. There we go. So, Panic Delete, also in Acid. Taking some damage from that. Enjoy that. And Matt Lauer's going to fucking kill him. God damn you, Matt Lauer, you fucking piece of shit. Thanks for making the efforts of our last several turns completely fruitless, Matt Lauer. God damn, you're a stupid man. You're a stupid, stupid man. Now, arguably, you could say, you know, you actually are the one who did that. And you would be true, but I can't really control which direction the mutants panic in. I don't have that kind of power.
Roger, Dodger.
Still pretty pissed off about that. It's, and when I say pretty pissed off, I mean real pissed off, actually.
Got it covered.
I don't think we're going to have a chance at another elite here to get a capture.
I'm Overwatch.
Really kind of need well, at least 2 heavy plasma weapons. 1 for a sniper rifle and 1 for a heavy weapon, probably an LMG. 1 for sniper, 1 for machine gun. Sounds like a nursery rhyme. Nice of Amanda Bynes to spawn that pod. Although, honestly, I gotta say, I sort of expected that. That's was not at all unexpected that pod popped. But what we're gonna do now is just try to get some people into position where they can lend a little bit of support. I'm guessing somebody's probably gonna wind up mind-controlled here, and it's probably gonna be Matt Lauer. Is that an outsider? Okay. Probably gonna shoot at our mech trooper. Oh, suppressing Amanda Bynes, oddly enough. Nothing can keep Amanda Bynes down. Have you not been studying Hollywood? Come on, man. You think anything can keep Amanda Bynes down? Nothing keeps her down. She's the man! Also, she's too crazy to know when she's licked. I mean that quite literally. You can actually lick Amanda Bynes and she doesn't know it.
Heading to that
like with your
location.
tongue. Also, she's sort of into that, so... Not exactly terrified of this Overwatch. With good reason, as you can see. You know, I'm not sure if we've captured one of those yet, either. In fact, I'm pretty sure we have not. And since I can set flame to both that outsider and that sectoid commander in the same turn, I'm just going to do that. There you go. Pretty sure the outsider's going to stay right where he's at. Oh, he actually panicked too. Alright then. So now Matt Lauer has a chance to be useful, surprisingly. Come kill this outsider, Lauer.
Gonna be sick.
I'm not sure how acid affects you. You have Titan armor. You should just be able to walk right through that shit. And that's 1 shot and 2 shot. There you go, you goddamn overachiever. At least that time you killed someone who needed killing. Very upset with Matt Lauer right now, if you can't tell. Very upset with him. Matt Lauer, tryhard, overachiever.
Yes, Commander.
So let's take Red Brown up here, see if he's got a shot at anything. I'm guessing he probably doesn't. He does not. That's fine. We're just going to have Reb... I mean, none of these aliens are shooting this turn, so we're going to have Reb move in so he can double up on the capture. We just have to find a way to wound that commander a little bit more.
I'm on the move.
Fortunately, we have one of our least damaging troopers available to contribute something in that respect. And you have a 40% chance to hit that guy? That's terrible. That being said, I'm still going to do it. There you go. Nice delivery, actually. I'm well pleased with your performance.
10-4.
Never let it be said that John Leguizamo has turned in a bad performance. Although if you don't ever let it be said, it really seems like a travesty because it needs to be said. Matt Lauer, or not Matt Lauer, rather. So I'm stuck on Matt Lauer because he really pissed me off. But John Leguizamo, rather, has turned in many, many bad performances. Most of them, in fact. Except for Tu Wong Fu, he was harsh in that. Tu Wong Fu's a shit. Alright, so we're going to have those two guys panic. And that should be the alien's turn. Another pod of something somewhere. Sounds like floaters or possibly heavy floaters. Alright then, so let's see what we can do about this capture. Amanda Bynes, please kill that outsider simply so we can stop thinking about him. If only you could do that with the voices in your head, Amanda.
Got no ammo.
I think you'd probably be a much happier woman. But, alas, it is not meant to be. So this should not kill him even if the rat hits, which, let's face it, the rat's hit percentage here is not exactly setting the world on fire.
Damn it.
Let's see if maybe the tool pusher can do a little better. He has a low damage weapon in addition to rat. This also should not necessarily get a kill. Yeah, alright, fantastic. As long as it doesn't critical, which it almost certainly will. Yeah, there we go.
Dead and gone.
Thanks, Jesse. Top-notch critical, buddy. Right when we needed it most, too, I tell you. Don't know what we would have done without that one, man. Maybe captured a sectoid commander. We could have done that. Not even going to worry about setting up the capture here, just in case there are heavy floaters on the map as opposed to regular
Target
floaters.
down.
Heavy floaters have weapons that we also need to capture. They have plasma rifles, and we can use those too.
Let's rock.
Matt Lauer already screwed us out of the one capture we actually gave a fuck about. Thanks a lot, Lauer.
Aye, aye.
Man, you're never living that down, Matt Lauer.
Reload.
You're never living that down. I'm going to give you more grief over that than I gave Joss Whedon over getting George Clooney killed. Which is to say, a lot of fucking grief. Was that a regular muton? Is that just floaters in a regular muton? Yep. Well, it's Muton Navigator, actually. So there's our next capture target. Do we have a flamethrower shot left, or did he use them both? I don't think we have one. Yeah, we're out of flamethrower ammo. That's not good. That guy is not on Overwatch. We've also used our chemical grenade, which is unfortunate. And since that unit is a navigator,
Heading out.
I'm very leery about just letting him sit. That seems like a terrible idea. These are just regular floaters, about which I am unconcerned completely. We're going to take this shot. 13 damage, critical, and a shred.
I need ammo here.
We got to figure out how to rally that. Lauer could run and gun, but then he's not going to be able to get a capture. Also, that would leave him in a terrible, terrible position if we were to do that.
Heading to that location.
We can have Jesse James go up and over with a grenade, which seems like probably the proper solution. How close can we drop it on him? No, it's going to hit Ashley Olsen. Well, let's not do that then. Let's drop it over in this vicinity, and I'd like to get that wall if possible to maybe open up a lane of fire for Lady Gaga. Let's drop it there.
Eat this.
So up and over goes Jesse James. We got 5 damage. That's acceptable. Amanda Bynes with no shots at all. Can't even see the fight, actually. We'll put Amanda down here in full cover. She's going to take a moment and reload once she gets into position.
Rock and roll.
There we go. So Lauer cannot get close enough to employ the stunner. And there's not really a whole lot of good fire opportunities for him either. What can he see there? We'll take that shot. In the unlikely chance it hits, it is a kill. Yeah, well, there you go. There'll be a little less firepower coming Ashley Olsen's way. So the groove injector is going to take a shot. When it misses, no surprise, the groove injector is then going to use his remaining ammo to suppress that unit.
Aye, aye. Lighten them up.
Although at this point, suppression really is more of an inconvenience, I feel, to the enemy than an actual threat, since they routinely just wade through it like they don't even care. No, we're going to take double 92% chances here, and that's one dead floater. Flat. So floater is done. Red Brown's going to go on Overwatch. Honestly, there's really nothing for John Leguizamo to contribute here. I suppose he can come back here and maybe throw a little bit of Overwatch. Just in case somebody... Why can... I don't know. Just go on Overwatch. Just reload then. So he could throw some Overwatch there for Lady Gaga if the situation or need arose, but apparently that Muton is just running away. You gonna take a shot at Ashley Olsen? No. That's a grenade? What the hell is that?
At best.
So a floater took a shot. That's fine. Man, these guys are really not cooperating with the whole let's capture a dude theory, are they? We're not going to be able to get anyone close enough for a capture. This is why we need Alright. So you're not going to run away again.
Confirmed mine placement.
This potentially could kill everyone, and I'm still gonna do it. Just trying to figure out how best to position our trooper. Actually, this is almost guaranteed to kill. You know what? Fuck it. We'll kill them both. If we had another flamethrower shot here, I would take it, but we don't. So we're going to go with our patented double explosive trick and just do the work. Let's just get it done. These guys are dead. There we go.
Chalk up another one.
Operation Final Chant really could have been an unmitigated success were it not for the presence of a certain gentleman named Matt fucking Lauer. God damn it, Lauer. And plus, you know what? The really shitty thing here is we're coming back. Matt Lauer's going to get promoted for that. Yeah, he is. Think about it. Going to be a promotion for Matt Lauer. He got promoted for screwing us. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, see? Yeah, promotion. Master Sergeant. That's how you achieve the highest rank in XCOM, folks. Confirmed. Just be a blithering fucking idiot and make all the wrong choices at all the wrong times. And you'll eventually wind up a Master Sergeant if you just keep fucking up long enough. They try and promote you out of the chain of command so you don't have to go on missions anymore. No, I don't want resilience. Nice stat bonuses on resilience, but it's going to be lightning reflexes for Matt Lauer. So Matt Lauer now capable, more capable than ever, of dashing in where angels fear to tread to get himself in serious trouble. Ah, God damn it, Lauer. We really needed that weapon. Although I say that, you know what? Had we even gotten the weapon, we couldn't have done anything with it because we only got 2 Illyrium from that whole mission, which means we still couldn't have built anything out of it because all the things we would want to build take more than 2 Illyrium. So, fantastically played there. Everything went well. Plus, Panic in Mexico down by 2, which was definitely, without a doubt, and positively the most critical part of that mission, because Panic in Mexico was almost above 1 full bubble.
Remember, we will be watching.
I don't know why you're still watching Optimus Prime. Nobody else is. Alright, so we do have a couple, let's do a couple base maintenance items here. There's a couple things I want to build. I'm just, before I forget, because I meant to do it at the start of the episode.
Glad to have more help down here.
Shut up, Dr. Shen. I'm just going to do it now before I forget, because I am a forgetful sort, and usually I'm salty, like I am now, about something and just eager to get things finished and wrapped up. But this time, I'm going to try and do things right. We're going to build these tactical sensors, mostly because I'm not entirely sure what they do, but they only take 53 credits on a flight computer, both things of which we have in abundance. So, it says it's something for mech troopers. We're going to go ahead and build it and see. And there was something else I was interested in building, but I don't recall what. Was it another suit of a Titan armor? Maybe? No, Titan armor takes Illyrium. Well, that was not it. It was definitely not Allura armor. Corsair armor? No. I do not recall what it was I came down here for. Or I came down here for something that takes more Illyrium than I thought it did. Arc rifle. That's interesting, but, you know, if we're going to go on a capture mission, maybe we should build an arc rifle. Maybe we should take that 2 Illyrium that we built. We can just give a sniper or a scout a capture weapon. It's an interesting theory. Would it have helped in that last mission? Not entirely sure, because I don't know if Amanda Bynes ever hit any of those mutons. You know, that honestly, that 2 Illyrium, now that I think about it, probably better spent on just an actual weapon. So, screw it. There is one other item, though, that's on our list, and that's heading down to the barracks. And I fear that old Tiger Woods is due for a little bit of hacking. Reasons behind that are two. Actually, there are 2 reasons for it. 1, we don't take Rocketeers on missions anymore because I hate them. Once I found out that engineers get bombarded, there is literally no reason to ever have or level a Rocketeer. They do the same things that engineers do, except not as many times, and they're worse at it. Because rockets scatter and grenades don't. So, the odds of us ever taking a Rocketeer on a mission again as a human trooper, pretty much 0, unless we're completely tapped out for troops. So, in an effort to try and make Tiger Woods, and potentially later Ian Ziering and Halle Berry, I think, is our other Rocketeer. She's been on like 2 missions. But in an effort to make them not completely worthless, we're going to hack them up and turn them into archers. Because while Rocketeers are complete trash, archers have some positive benefits. Archers actually have their moments. And there is I would like one more mech trooper. So Tiger Woods is finally going to say goodbye to his arthritic knees, back, and hips. They've been plaguing him for years, and as such, we're just going to have old Tiger shuffle off all of the problematic bits and replace them with cold rolled steel.
Once the required amputations have been
And
completed,
he's going to be now the greatest golfer to ever live, because he will be mostly a mechanical golf ball hitting machine. Literally a golf ball hitting machine in his case. Fantastic. It's going to be tough for the groundskeepers at Augusta National next year at the Masters, though, because clomping around in a 3-ton mech suit body is really going to be fucking hard on the fairways. So I don't envy those guys their task. That's going to be a tough gig. Fortunately, they've got a whole year to prepare, and while we let them do so, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.